Let's jump right in. Welcome to the Explainer. So, you've looked at a Portuguese menu and felt, well, maybe a little intimidated by the vocabulary. You're definitely not alone, and you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking those everyday drink orders and transforming them from tricky words into completely confident native-level pronunciation. We're going to break down the mechanics, figure out the sounds, and get you totally ready for your next trip.
Look, I know Portuguese pronunciation can feel like a bit of a hurdle at first. The vowels act a bit differently than what we're used to in English, and some of those consonant blends, yeah, they can definitely catch you off guard. But here's the really great news. Sounding like a local is absolutely achievable, and we're going to do it right now. It literally just takes understanding a few simple phonetic rules and doing some out-loud practice with me today. Seriously, wherever you are right now, you're going to want to speak these out loud, because building that muscle memory is the absolute secret here.
Section 1. Morning Sips. Starting your day right.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to map this out like a typical day in the life. Picture this, you've just walked into a bustling, energetic local spot. The pastry case looks amazing, and you need that global morning necessity, coffee. In Portuguese, it's spelled C-A-F-E with an accent, but phonetically, you say it like this, café. I'll say it again, and I want you to repeat it right after me. Ready? Café. Perfect.
So, why does it sound like that? Well, the A with that accent mark gives us a really strong open sound. It's not A like your standard English cafe, it's Plus, that accent is essentially a massive neon sign telling you where the stress goes. It lands heavily on that second syllable, giving it a real punchy finish. You don't say cafe, you say café. Hitting that second syllable is what actually makes it sound authentic.
Moving right along to our next morning essential, especially if you want to lighten up that coffee. Milk. It's spelled L-E-I-T-E, but the pronunciation completely transforms into leite. Listen to the rhythm there, leite. I'm going to pause for a second so you can try it. Go ahead. Awesome.
Now, what's super interesting here is that this one word reveals two distinct phonetic rules working together. First up, the EI pairing. In Portuguese, that combo sounds just like the English A. Second, and this is a classic hallmark of Brazilian Portuguese, an E at the very end of a word, when it comes right after a T, creates a cheese sound, so te becomes chi. Put them together and you get that really nice bouncy leite.
Let's wrap up our morning routine with something soothing. Tea. It's spelled C-H-A with an accent, but phonetically it's incredibly simple. Chá. Short, sweet, just needs a little burst of air. Try it with me for your final morning practice rep. Chá. Great job. And if you're wondering how CH turns into that sound, here's how we connect the dots. In Portuguese, the consonant blend CH functions exactly like the English sh. There's absolutely no hard CH sound like in the word chair. It is always a soft, flowing sh like in shoe. So from now on, whenever you see a CH on a menu, your brain should just automatically swap it for an S.
Section 2. Daytime refreshers. Beating the afternoon sun.
So morning sips are mastered, and now the day is heating up. We're out exploring, the sun is blazing, and we desperately need to cool down. First up, literally the most important word in any language, water. It's pronounced agua, nice and open. Let me model that one more time and give you a beat to practice. Agua. Spot on. Let's break down the rule here. Notice that very first letter, A, carries an accent mark. And just like we saw with coffee, this mark is your visual cue telling you exactly where to put your energy. The A is stressed, and it makes this wide open A sound. You really want to hit that first syllable with confidence and let the second one just kind of fall away. Agua. Next up for our daytime refreshers is juice, an absolute staple if you're surrounded by fresh tropical fruit. It's spelled S-U-C-O, but phonetically it becomes suco. Notice how incredibly round those sounds are. Suco. Take a quick second and try that out loud. Perfect.
So, the crucial point here is how we're transforming those letters into those big, round sounds. The U in Portuguese sounds like a deep oo. Then, the C right before an O is pronounced as a hard K. And finally, an O at the end of a word, at least in many dialects, often softens into an oo sound as well. And that's exactly how S-U-C-O maps perfectly to suco.
Section 3. Evening cheers, winding down the day.
The sun is finally setting. You've had your coffee, your water, your juice. Let's set a relaxed scene. Maybe you're at a little corner table, good company, and we're looking to order some adult beverages to wind down. Starting with wine. Now this introduces a brand new consonant blend. It's pronounced vinho. Pay real close attention to that middle transition. Vinho. I'm going to pause here because this one actually takes a little bit of vocal gymnastics. Give it a try. Nice work.
This is a brilliantly helpful linguistic bridge to help you conquer Portuguese vocab. That tricky NH isn't an N and an H said separately. It's a combined sound, and it's virtually identical to the ni sound right in the middle of the English word canyon. Literally, if you can say canyon, you can flawlessly pronounce the NH in vinho.
And we arrive at the final drink of our day, beer. Obviously a very common order, so we really want to nail this one. The pronunciation is cerveja. Notice that rhythm? 3 distinct syllables. Cerveja. I'll paste this out so you can confidently repeat it. Cerveja. Fantastic.
Let's clear up that tricky ending. In English, a J is usually hard, right? Like in jump. But in Portuguese, the J is soft. It vibrates. It actually sounds exactly like the S in the English word pleasure. It's a zhush sound. So you're not saying cerveja, it's cerveja.
Oh, and one final technical reminder from our source material on this word, don't forget the stress rule. The emphasis is squarely on that second syllable, ve. You say cerveja, keeping those first and third syllables much lighter. Hitting that middle syllable is exactly what gives you that wonderful, authentic Portuguese cadence.
Section 4. Ordering with confidence. Your final exam.
Let's move to the real test and see how all this builds into real-world confidence. We've gone through the morning, afternoon, and evening. Now it's time to put all these phonetic rules together in a rapid-fire review. I'm going to read straight down the list, and I challenge you to say them out loud right along with me. Seriously, don't be shy. Let's build that confidence. Ready? Here we go. Agua, café, leite, suco, chá, vinho, cerveja. You did it. Just look at how far your pronunciation has come in a few short minutes.
To celebrate your highly successful practice session today, I'm leaving you with one final beautiful word directly from the source material. Saúde. It means health, and it's the traditional Portuguese toast you're definitely going to use when clinking glasses with new friends.
Which brings us to the end of today's explainer. It leaves us with one very important question. What will be your first drink order on your next Portuguese adventure? I highly encourage you to keep practicing these out loud. Just keep revisiting these phonetic sounds until they feel like second nature. Because by the time you sit down at that cafe or beachside bar, you are going to be ordering like an absolute natural. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep practicing, and saúde.